Hi, welcome all. Now we are going to look at the SAARC, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, from the mains point of view of the UPSC. Okay, so the details of the SAARC from the prelims point of view has been uploaded already in the prelims section in the separate playlist. You can check that video. Let's continue for the same from the for the mains point of view. Okay. First topic is Saarc achievements. So, what are the achievements so far that has been achieved by the Saarc? There are five achievements that has been done so far. One is the free trade agreement. So, what is free trade agreement? So, in case of the free trade agreement, um, the member countries which are having like involved in this agreement can trade across the international borders without any tariffs. They'll be allowed to do the trade freely without any kind of taxes imposed on it. That is the customs duty. What is the customs duty? The duty is something that is a tax which is levied on the transportation of goods and services, not the transportation, the trade of goods and services across borders. Okay, so there will be a cut in the customs duty in case of the free trade agreement. So they have brought this free trade agreement among the member countries of this Saarc nations. Okay, so this is the first thing that they have achieved. So how this will be helpful? It will be helpful for them to for inclusivity and increase in trade purposes. Second is South Asia Preferential Trade Agreement. So South Asia Preferential Trade Agreement, in short form, it is called as the SAPTA. Okay, South Asian Preferential Trade Agreement. So it was established and it was brought into force in the year 1995. That is 10 years after the establishment of this grouping, that is SARC grouping. So what is its objectives? Objective of the preferential trade agreement of the South Asian nation, that is this grouping, is that to promote the trade among themselves, that is to increase in trade. Not only free trade agreement, but also they have like earlier introduced the preferential trade agreement. So what does it mean? So in case of preferential trade agreement, there will be some kind of reduction in the tariff. The tariff reduction will be done in terms of like preferences will be given, the priorities or the preferences will be given to the member nations, and the tariff will be cut down, and all these things will help for increasing trade among the member nations. Okay, and third one is SAFTA. This stands for South Asian Free Trade Agreement. Okay, so but there is a limitation in SAFTA. What is it? That is, only goods are included in this and not the services. Okay, in order to reduce the customs duties of all goods to zero. So this is the main objective of this. Like free trade agreement itself means that there will be no customs duty on the trade in the goods or services, but here in this case only the goods. Okay, for the countries which has signed this free trade agreement, here only the SARC nations. Okay, so here the SAFTA, by signing this agreement, they have aimed for reducing the customs duty to zero by 2016. So, and the fourth one is SARC agreement on trade and services. There is something called as the SARC agreement in trade and services. Earlier we have seen only for goods in SAFTA, South Asian Free Trade Agreement. Now the fourth point is for services. Here they were aiming only to reduce the tariffs and not for bringing it to zero. Okay, the main concept here is to liberalize whatever they have aimed for. So liberalize this service sector. So this is what they have aimed for. And the fifth one is Saarc University. In the prelims video, we would have seen the point of view, like the university has been established. The Saarc University has been established in India, and the degree holders from this university has the same the credit as any other national universities of India has. So okay, so it is of that importance, that much importance. These are the achievements so far has been made by SARC. Okay, and we are going for this significance for India. So what are the significance so far done by India? What are the significance for India from this grouping? Okay, one is the neighborhood first. So we are having some kind of policy, foreign policy, which is the neighborhood first policy, by which we are helping our neighborhood nations, and we are doing a lot much for that. That will ensure our integrity towards the integrity in our neighborhood, and it will be like acting as a barrier and a defensive wall, actually, indirectly to say, against any external forces like China or any other countries. Okay, so what it will do, this grouping will strengthen the neighborhood first policy of India. This is the first point. Second one, when you go, there is something called as the geostrategic significance. Okay, for example, the China is involved in the Belt and Road, One Belt One Road initiative, right? In order to counter that thing, we can engage with the other neighborhood countries in this Saarc grouping. We have Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and the other countries. We can engage with them, and we can develop their economy, and we can invest in their economy, in the capital investments, and we can counter the China. Okay, because China is engaging with Pakistan in case of One Belt One Road initiative, we can counter. This is what is called as the geographical strategy. Okay, geostrategic significance. And the third is for the regional stability. So regional stability is that, yes, in this the South Asian regions, every South Asian region are involved, like they are member of this country. So we can strengthen the region, and we can stabilize by having a cooperative approach and coordination. Okay, and mutual assistance in times of need. And the fourth one is the global leadership role. So global leadership role, like India can act as by engaging in this grouping, the India can, this grouping is going to help India to act as a global leadership. Okay, it is going to be helpful. It can make decisions because it has around very important members which are contributing around 30 percentage, I think so. I'm not sure about this, but this is of significant number amount of GDP of the world. These countries contribute together, and this is going to be helpful immensely. So India is going to have a leadership role in the global arena when it goes cooperates along with this member grouping. Okay, and the fifth one is the strengthen India's Act East policy by integrating with South Asian economies. So what does it mean by this? It means India, what it can do is that India already has a foreign policy, that is look east policy, now act east policy. Okay, by this policy, India is trying to engage with the far east nations. So we can integrate this South Asian grouping along with that foreign policy of ours, integrate this with the South Asian countries along with the Southeast Asian countries, by which we can strengthen the grouping, and also we can coordinate further. That will be of immense helpful for India in various matters. We can economically, socially, culturally. Okay, these are the significance for India. And the last one is challenges. What are the challenges that India is facing currently in terms of Saarc grouping? The first one is the Indo-Pakistan issue. India and Pakistan are having issues, and since from 2019 August 5th, the bifurcation of Jammu and Kashmir, and also from that point of time, there is a issue going on between Pakistan and India. The trade also has been stopped due to the COVID situation. Everything was not in place. It is like the things weren't normal since the beginning of from the independence itself, but it now got exaggerated due to this COVID-19 situation plus the Jammu and Kashmir issue. Okay, so because of these kind of situations or contentious issues, bilateral issue between India and Pakistan, there is a lag of conducting the annual meeting and in cooperation, especially since cooperation is the one that is much needed and the aim of the Saarc grouping. There is a lag that's happening in achieving the aim of this grouping. Okay, first one is this issue, and second one is limitation in the South Asian free trade agreement. In terms of South Asian free trade agreement, they were concentrating only on the goods and not on the services. So there is a limitation that they were not focusing on the services, but services are the one that is contributing to all the economies of the world. Okay. So there is a limitation in this, that they have to expand it further. Third one is the low frequency of meetings. Yes, the meetings are actually conducted annually, but here the number they are not actually occurring regularly. That's another issue. Okay. So we have seen the achievements, the significance for India, and the challenges, and we have to add the way forward for these this grouping also, if any question asked in this section. Okay, that's it. Thank you.